So probably not going to be the option. Would have been nice to have the draw option, but that's smartly banned out by Neon. The laning here for Fnatic is interesting. I think the possibility for the Moon Snap is pretty all right. He really does have to get a running start there to get into the Ags at a good point. The Beastmaster off should be solid against Faceless Void. The laning partner, though, is it's a strange one. Like Beastmaster Doom as a duo is pretty tanky, but it's also two melees. It's something the supports of Neon can probably abuse fairly well. So that's something they really have to knock in. And I love what Fnatic ban. They take out the Invoker, so you're not going to have Cataclysm. They take out the Quap, so there's no Sonic Wave in the Chrono. Just smart bans out to take that value away from that spell.
Okay. Last pick up now, Neon. Or rather, last ban out from Neon.
5 seconds.
They can have a think about this. They've got plenty of reserve time left to make these decisions. We are still looking for... I mean, it's hard to tell what we're looking for, actually, but it does seem like a mid pickup here. Or a safe lane, for that matter. It's just very open for Fnatic, but Neon seem to believe they are still waiting for a pause 1, so they will get rid of the Drow and the Troll. What do you want into that Faceless Void, though? Like, it's kind of a tough matchup to go into, no matter who you get.
Not only that, but you have to worry about the Oracle Disarm as well. So you've got to have something that can kind of purge it off.
I mean, you
with
could
some inbuilt...
Slark.
Slark into Faceless Void is a strange one. Right?
It's ugly, for sure.
It's not pretty, but it can work. Like, that will purge off the Disarm, if you worry about that. Lifesteal, I think that's a much more solid choice. Rage is a lot better there. You still worry about the Chrono, but there's some back and forth that can happen with the Lifesteal around. It enables the aggressive play. No natural vehicles, though, for the Infest Bomb. I think that's something that would have been nice for Fnatic. Maybe once you've got this blink up on the Doom, you can start playing around that factor, or just ride a Boar or ride a Hawk while it flies out. That's something you could do as a Lifesteal. In fact, why haven't we seen that? Like, I would love to see a Infest and a Hawk and just be sneaky. That sounds pretty potent, but we'll see if it comes out. I think you've got options there for Fnatic.
You do.
I just feel like Neon, it looks a lot better. It's a lot more stitched in. They can have free runs with a Chrono, just looking for that mid to combine with it.
Yeah, Yopaj. I mean, again, if he's not playing the mid-Earth Spirit, then what else do you want here? Something to deal with the Lifestealer. I wouldn't actually mind seeing something like a Kunkka come out for Yopaj, even though it doesn't necessarily deal with the Lifestealer per se, but you've got the Void for that already. So just adding to the team fight, adding to the 4 Protect 1 while Faceless Void is not available, could be the way to play this. Just add to the team fight and make it very hard for Fnatic to actually be able to engage in the fight. As Kunkka is one of those heroes that makes it very difficult to fight when that boat run does come out. But he's still thinking about it. $10 seconds left for Neon. They're going to think all the way. Oh, okay. They go for the Timbersaw pickup. That should be an off-lane Timber. And it is. JG will take it. Yopaj is on the mid ES. But I love the Timbersaw out of JG, John. Up against the Lifestealer, it is very, very difficult to actually have a lane if you are this Lifestealer.
Yeah. And you get a lot of value from this Timb as well. You've got the Beastmaster who's strength, the Doom who's strength. That's 3 strength heroes into a Timb. You're going to have a pretty good time here as JG to rip through them. Once you hit your power spikes, Fnatic have to be a bit careful there. They do have some decent hold to catch a Timbersaw out, but there's a lot of synergy here on Neon's side. They've got ways to do damage in the Chrono. They've got ways to reach into that Snapfire. Like, you would point out Snap into Void is actually okay, as it forces the Void to run around while the Chrono is off, but you've got this Earth Spirit to gap close. And they've got a way to hunt the Snap to ensure that it's not going to be an issue. Force Scam to maximize his Chrono, so it's an even draft from both sides. I would say Neon is looking a bit better. I think they can play around the Chrono a lot better. Fnatic, it's a lot more single target, but if they catch out these heroes, they can actually melt towers pretty quick, and that's going to be the game plan. Play the pick-off game, melt some early tier 1s, and force Neon to be in an awkward spot. They are constrained by Chrono. That's something you can always abuse when you're playing against it.
See how this game 1 turns out. They can't afford to drop a game here, Fnatic. Every win they can get is required.
Holy moly!
See how merciful Neon Esports is feeling this morning. They're sounding confident. Getting started. Do love watching me Yopaj Earth Spirit, by the way, John. Always a pleasure to see this man play the core Earth Spirit. It's a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah, he does put on a show. I'll be interested to see how he holds out that lane. The matchup against, what was the Moon Doom? That's actually not too bad for the Earth Spirit. Like, the Doom can still find farm, but it's not like, well, you could maybe go for kill ops, but the Earth Spirit's probably going to be safe enough. It's going to be a very even lane until the level 6 marks, unless Yopaj looks to be a lot more active in the laning phase. Maybe he gets a good power rune to haste himself up top, for example. And that's pretty much it. I think that mid lane's going to be more static. There's a lot of pressure in Moon, though. Right? Like, we tend to talk about it, but his heroes, he has been getting more farm-heavy heroes. I think the Doom shouldn't be constrained in that role, so got to play a bit faster with that initial Devour farm. Look to make something with his first Doom down the line.
I agree. Doom is one of those heroes in the mid lane that doesn't generally lose very hard, you know, if any. So you can always rely on that Devour to just give you that net worth lead every single time. So it is a nice little pickup there from Fnatic, and we'll see what he can get done. Of course, Yopaj can abuse the Doom nicely with the roll in and the kickback into the tier 1 tower, as the Doom doesn't really have much armor to start himself off with. So Moon's really only concern should be probably that kickback into the tier 1 tower. Apart from that, unless he gets ganked by another support, it's highly doubtful he'll die in this mid lane up against Yopaj.
Yeah, it's going to be that even farming lane. Should be interesting to see how the supports play into that down the line. 4-minute mark is going to be much more important for Neon and the Earth Spirit. But yeah, we'll see if you have the space up here. Of course, you've got Playhard and JG up top. They're going to be laning against Raven and Zephyr. And, you know, there is opportunities for the Rubik to go out there. Not going to be the easiest of times, especially as the Fade Bolts fly out. Makes it harder to find last hits, and of course, Timbersaw into Lifesteal. This is just such a dream matchup for JG. Just go in, shred a tree, and Raven's forced to walk back a bit.
I mean, you see that one Whirling Death on Raven takes down 1/3 of his HP, just straight off the bat. And when you combine that with the Fade Bolt out from Playhard, especially once you hit that level 3 mark, it is going to be a pretty painful experience for Raven. Luckily for him, he can heal himself up with that inbuilt lifesteal. That is always going to be a nice little kind of bonus for Raven through the Whirling Death. But again, as the levels go up on JG and Playhard, this lane's only going to get harder. Still down at the bot lane, Forever DJ going to be up against John Newell and Skem. Well, Skem should have a decent enough time with this Void. Like, the balls are going to be annoying, but you can always time walk most of the damage off anyway. So we'll see what Forever can get done here, but Skem is looking pretty good already.
Yeah, I'd say it's down to Januel positioning himself in between the creep wave really nicely, just forcing Fnatic to focus on him instead, which is what you want from your pause 5. So Skem's got a lot of space, he's got a lot of initial farm, really good amount of last hits, and you know, DJ's trying to be disruptive, but Januel doesn't care too much when he gets hit. As long as it's not Skem, he gets to hold on to his time walk and just focus on those last hits. You don't really expect kill opportunities here for Neon anyway.
He did block the that small camp nicely though. Januel was trying to get the stack off so he could go pull the wave, but DJ heads up play, does block it off before the stack could come in. Januel, he'll probably try again at that 3-minute mark, see if he can get the stack off, but it can be a little bit tough with the Windrunner, who can just Windrun into that position and just block it off. Looking back mid, however, Moon is ahead in CS. Yopaj low on HP right now on that Earth Spirit. Does have the bottle up though, and it's going to be important for them to try and secure these power runes if you are Fnatic. As once he does get a power rune up, if he's got the right one, you can expect very, very early rotations from Yopaj. And it could be quite a painful experience for Fnatic.
It's not something you want to let slide here, and that's really key to the Earth Spirit's timing, that snowball effect. You can see there's a lot more emphasis here from Neon to maintain that vision. You don't have any power rune wards here from Fnatic. They're going to have to really drag their supports out as we approach that 4-minute mark. And, you know, you don't have mana on DJ, so it's not going to be an easy time for him. He's going to have to pop his wand if he wants to do that. And Zephyr is just kind of tied up top. He's just trying to buy that space out for Raven, who is still continuously struggling. JG has definitely gotten the better trade here. He's got the level 3 spike. It's a Timbersaw lane against a melee strength core. It's never going to be fun for Fnatic.
10 seconds for those power runes. DJ getting in position, but so is Januel. Because you're always going to have the advantage as Yopaj, because you do have the roll. But he's got to go the right way, which is the main problem. And Playhard is not going to be able to get the top one. DJ gets very lucky with a regen rune. And it does not get cancelled off either. So he's going to have full HP, full mana going back into this lane. And that is very unlucky for Yopaj, because had he had that rune, he would have been able to be extremely aggressive onto Moon. But he will not have that chance.
Yeah, it's a nice pickup by DJ. So it gives him even more laning presence. That means he's going to be able to disrupt those bullets even more. And really just prevent the snowball effect happening here for Skem. He is still top of last hits though. So it's not like it's smooth sailing yet. They've got to make something happen. And Forev, he decides to focus on Januel instead. Just zoning out this Oracle. But you're just leaving Skem to farm in that case. And it's really the trade-offs here for Fnatic. These small trade-offs that you have to decide on. I think Neon, they don't really mind. Just get your Void up running. You don't really care what else happens.
Absolutely. Januel getting some nice kills onto those balls, but he will not be able to contest the bounty runes that DJ has already picked up. Luckily for him, the top 2 bounty runes are going to go to the way of Neon anyway. So you do have JG and Playhard making sure that they grab them. And Zephyr may have been caught there placing that ward down. And now it's going to be very obvious because he kept attacking. So Playhard should get a free Observer ward for himself to deny off. Zephyr, not going to feel very good about that. In fact, Playhard has one right now, and he's going to have to stick around and try to deny this away. But he's out of range. So Playhard's got it for free, and he'll laugh at him for it.
It's small mistakes you don't want to make. It's going to help our Rubik, of course. Helps keep them in control. We're still seeing Raven struggle here. I think this worries me more for Zephyr, honestly. Like the timing of her snap into that Ags, if he is even going to go Ags in this case, is going to be really, really slow. He's probably just going to go for that mech build-up into the Guardian Greaves as the support snap, but takes away a lot of potency, and you can see this early smoke out from Neon.
Well, this is what you expect, though, from the mid-Earth Spirit. You don't want him sitting back and farming, you want him rotating around. Of course, they do want to go onto Raven, but it has become somewhat obvious that Yopaj has left the lane. And that'll mean Raven will sit at the top lane and just hang by that tier 1, but the roll-in is there from Yopaj. He pops the DD rune, but can he keep up? It does not look like he can. Raven will avoid the gank, but Zephyr came in. And that'll mean Yopaj is going to go for the easiest roll of his life and gets the lift off there with Playhard and Zephyr. He's going to try and avoid this. He might still be dead because of the DD, and he is. Yopaj will be able to claim first blood, and even Raven now is forced to rage TP. Zephyr, you got to question why he even showed up like that. Raven was safe.
Yeah, it's not quite the play there, but it doesn't really accomplish much. Neon not going to ask questions. They're going to take a tier 1. Fnatic not in a position to trade as well. Mid is still healthy. Bot tier 1 as well, still healthy. You need to make something happen here with Forev, and he is going to go with a shove, but he doesn't have the level 1 Necronomicon out yet, so this is going to be a straightforward defense for Neon.
It will be. It's very hard to get through the Timbersaw. JG will be able to clear out the wave very easily, and he's going to delay Forev and Raven taking this tier 1 tower. They will stick around now with DJ coming in, and maybe they could try for the kill into JG. There'll be Shackles out to start things, but he's already got 18 reactive armor stacks. So he's taking no damage. So DJ back up towards the top lane is going to make a chase onto Skem, who committed that chrono apparently, and does get taken out.
Rather unfortunate for Skem. He tried to make a play with a chrono and it kind of falls flat. Good punishment from Fnatic. Really big pick off for them, but that did break up the push down bot. So that tier 1 is still really healthy. You do want these objectives to melt. You've got the Beastmaster and Yopaj.
Oh, Yopaj knows that he's going up for the T3 tower dive. Zephyr, you shouldn't have tipped Skem, sir. Oh, Yopaj gets revenge for his brother. Will TP out. Oh, poor old Zephyr. Getting dived under a T3 tower at 8 minutes in by Yopaj Earth Spirit. What a game.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling, but they're buying some space out here. So Neon, they are aware of these stacks. They're not really punishing. This is giving Moon a good injection of gold. Puts our Doom at number one net worth, and you've got the Midas up and running as well. So it's going to be a steady build-up for the Doom. You've got to kind of accept that he will probably come out with a blink at some point and just kind of take control. But Johnny does get some wards to block those camps now. So it's not going to be as straightforward to get those additional stacks up.
Lane. They're really going to try on JG again. They'll get the shackles, but is there enough damage? JG is still tanking quite a bit, but no, they commit the rule this time. They'll make sure they get it. It costs them 4 heroes, and it costs them an ultimate or 2, but they can't afford to let this tier 1 bot tower stand much longer. As Raven just can't farm anywhere on this lifestealer, they have to take it out. And that is what they'll do.
Yeah, it's a big objective for them to take. Costly with the ults, but you don't really mind. Moon is starting to invade that jungle as well. So they're keeping some camps in check. No level in Doom yet, so it's been much more passive for Moon. Just focusing on farm up. Would want to see a value point, and there it is. Does invest in it, so they have the Doom to play with now from Moon if they wanted to be aggressive. But if they play this farming game and they're pulling ahead 2k, you have to remember that's with a Doom and a Midas. I don't think Neon's going to be feeling too pressured. You know, you give Skem space to also build up in the Void. And once he has more beyond just that Mask of Madness, I think you're going to be in a spot of trouble if you leave Skem alone for this long. You do have to start hunting down the Void at some point.
I think Yopaj might be going for that right-click talent at 10. He might go for the plus 50 damage here. He has got the treads up, which does indicate he wants to hit people. Of course, the stats are still going to be nice regardless of whether he does go right-click. But I really wouldn't mind seeing the plus 50 here, up against the Lifestealer and the Beastmaster, and even the Doom for that matter. It could be very, very effective.
Yeah, I think it's really value for the core Earth Spirit. It's part of his key timings. You can see Neon, though, they've been sitting on that chrono. They smoke up with Skem, but doesn't look like they'll find anything just yet.
Not yet, but Forev is around with Raven. 2 big pickoffs if they can get the chrono off, and Skem will spot out the one he wants, and he does commit that chrono. Forev, he does have Raw to commit. He's just waiting for the right moment, and now does get it out, but Raven, he infests. Is he going to make it out of this one? He is way too low, and he will not. And it's almost like Forev knew it was coming. He's stuck by the Lifestealer, just in case. And now the rest of Fnatic are coming out, but Forev, he's still getting chased down. Forev's dead. Fnatic, they're too late to the show. Moon, he'll get the Doom off onto Yopaj, but Skem is going to cancel off Zephyr's Mortimer's Kisses. Meanwhile, Yopaj is not really taking any damage. He's going to be able to wait this Doom out, while the rest of Fnatic will start to melt. The Mortimer's Kisses stolen by our Rubik, and oh, Fnatic.
Oh boy.
What is that?
Oh, it's that issue with communication. You know, you and I talked about it before the day started. What Fnatic needed to do. Oh, we talked about the issues they're facing. It really feels a bit disjointed, right? They come in after they already lose some targets. The fight's already split up. Neon just manages to get the control off. They find the objective now as well. I think Fnatic, they bled out a big lead. They had that lead with the Midas and their Doom. Now it's completely to Neon's way. Well, not completely, but less than a K lead for Neon. Not a good sign when you're trying to play with a network accelerator like the Doom. You're going to need to step back, get some farm up in the Raven. He didn't have his armlet there. If he did, he might have been able to play on that edge, but you're forcing your core to play when he's not ready, and it's costing you. So take a step back, reconsider those choices. We've got to be cautious as well as JG. He's building up to the point where our Timber is also going to be very hard to deal with. Going forward at Helvin's Halberd first, and once you've got that disarm, Lifestealer's not going to do any right-click damage when he gets that.
He's going to go for a roar onto the Oracle, and looks like Yopaj is going to back off. So they do get a nice easy kill there. Jinuel had a killing spree, so some decent gold going over to Forever on that Beastmaster. And he'll just keep that bot wave pushed out, keep the pressure up. However, Yopaj has now spotted out Zephyr, gets the Magnetize, gets the Boulder Smash and the Silence, and Zephyr might die, but now they're going to try and turn onto Yopaj, who'll just TP out of there. Do they have the damage? No.
Yeah.
No, they do not. Quick thinking out from Yopaj, he will get himself out.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want. You just want to get the punishment for those trades. So Fnatic, they don't get as much as they'd expect there. They still maintain control in the bot jungle though. Really important. But there's some good wards here from Neon to constantly spot out where they are farming and gives them a general idea of their positioning. So and they're still kind of keeping track there. And they do have Chrono backup. So Neon, they might be looking to make another play.
Got the DD rune, but is forced to back. JG still wants to go for a bit of a chase. Yopaj is just watching what happens. He'll roll in now onto DJ, and they do get the kill. Yopaj on a dominating spree now into that tier 1 tower, and everything is just going smoothly, John. Even with that Doom Devour gold that you have been getting for Fnatic, they only have a less than 1k net worth lead.
Oh.
And that is really bad news as Forev has been caught in the chrono. Playhard still has the Mortimer's Kisses. Oh, you don't want to give that away to the Rubik. It is way too powerful.
No, it really is. And it's really starting to hurt Fnatic in a lot of ways. They're just being punished for the split push. As you mentioned, the Doom Midas is falling behind in farm. I mean, not as a hero, but for his team. And Fnatic needs some of those items up. They need that Desolator and Raven to really rip and tear. They've got to get something out from Zephyr. The Snap is still strong, but when you don't rush the Ags, you really are looking for like an Aura sustain build. So the Guardian Greaves have to come out at some point, and Zephyr is just not getting farm priority, which is really not what you want in Snap. It does need some items to pump its strength up. So it's just starting to get a bit constrained here for Fnatic, is even up top.
Oh, Yopaj, she got DJ again. Scam will give DJ the tip. And I think Fnatic's playing a bit too passive here, John. You've got Doom up, you've got Roar up, you've got Mortimer's Kisses up. What are we doing? It's time to go. Your tier 1 tower's gone. JG just freely takes it as the Timbersaw. Like, I understand that they're a bit behind right now, but you can't just sit on these ultis.
No, it's just been back and forth. Like even when they do go in,
Zephyr.
it's messy. And
oh, Zephyr, he's been spotted. He has Forever nearby, but Yopaj, oh, they found Raven. They found a way bigger target. Raven's gonna rage, try to run away. Moon's coming in. Raven will be fine with that Infest, but Yopaj now going to go on to Moon. They got Januel, a nice roar out with those Mortimer's Kisses and the Doom being committed on Skem, but Yopaj is going to be safe. Skem meanwhile has, oh, the roar from Playhard! He saved Skem's life. They roared up the, or they doomed up the Void, but he doesn't have Proto anyway. They just didn't want him to time walk out. JG still on the chase for Zephyr. Just going to keep tabs on where the Snapfire is going. Scam will give him the tip. Zephyr is not safe. Yopaj is going to take the kill off him. Kicks JG into the Snapfire. And he's 6-0 now on the Earth Spirit. He even knows DJ's around there somewhere. He will give up on that chase.
oh,
And that's the problem. Like, you can't allow Neon to initiate first.
no,
Not with this draft.
no. Definitely not. I think Zephyr has to get his positioning right. He's just not in a good spot to get safe kisses off. They need to combine that with a Roar and with the Doom. And now with those spells down, Neon, they've got that Chrono backup. Skem can easily just look for another pick-off potential, but he might just want to finish up his MKB first. You're not in a rush anymore if you're Neon. You're just, you know you're ahead in momentum. Maybe not necessarily by gold, but you're in a good spot, although Yopaj.
They have to kill him here. Shackles is out. Focus Fire's there with the power shot, but Yopaj, oh, he's going to pop the Magnetize and try to turn here. With the Spirit Vessel now out on Moon. No, he won't refresh it. He'll just walk away. Be just fine. And Fnatic, they just don't have the damage output.
It's not a good sign when you don't have enough to rip through an Earth Spirit. That's DJ with his Javelin as well. It's just not doing enough work. He is going to have an MKB up soon on the Wind Ranger, but you have to consider that this Wind Ranger
they
farm,
got Raven bot lane, John. They've got the Chrono out. Raven has no help. He has an Infest, but that's all he's got for himself. Nobody's TPing in to help him out. Raven's gone.
Ooh, yeah, that's a
TPs.
painful one, Fnatic. I know. It's that issue with communication. They're just not playing together as a team. Their split up farming is 4, and Neon, they just smoke and go.
Zephyr, Envision, Yopaj says thank you very much. It's a 2k net worth lead now for Neon Esports, and they are almost out of control, John. MKB up on Skem.
Ooh.
Now they're definitely out of control.
Yeah, there's no stopping this Void. Once he gets a Chrono off, he's going to be able to melt any single target. Forever is trying, though. Like, he's been split pushing well, and he does manage to get himself in a position out as they are hunting, but these items from Fnatic, they need to pay off. Moon has a BKB on the Doom. Needs a blink to really gap close and get the right target off. That's going to have to come out next. The MKB for DJ, still about 1,000 gold off. You're going to have more damage on your Wind Ranger once that's up. Again, you're sacrificing Zephyr's potential farm for that, which I feel like you have to value at some point. Like, you need the Guardian Greaves on this snap. You need the Ags to come out at some point as well, which you just can't do from pause 5. So Zephyr's got a lot of work to really try to get done. Maybe down the line can come in, but these things are just not lining up for Fnatic. They're grouping up now. They do have their ults ready, but they're not going to smoke. It doesn't look like. And they've got the desert, would be perfect. They've got to make these items just work out for them ASAP, because once you start lagging behind, the Void late game, I mean, it's the Chrono. And they've got this control. They've got everything they'd want. Sure, you've got Roar and Fnatic, but it's been kind of inconsequential. Now that Roche from Neon, it's melting fast.
They've got a 10-second BKB charge on Moon. It's time to go, boys.
Yep.
Roshan, under siege, is going. Orcal scouted out, but Roshan is very, very low. They've got to hurry up here. They're TPing more in. There's your power shot. There's your Mortimer's Kisses, but it's too late. And now Skem is just going to time walk out while JG controls the rest. There's your BKB up from Moon, but Skem is having that Chrono in 5 seconds. He needs to get out of there, and it looks like he cannot. Yopaj rolling to the back lines. Skem's going to ignore Moon, go for the 3-man Chrono. He catches all of them out. He'll leave one. Raven does go down to play hard. Now DJ, now Forev. At least Forev does kill off Yopaj on the Earth Spirit, but now Moon's been caught on the Doom. He's gone. Even a full team wipe. Zephyr is caught by Skem. Mask of Skem buffs the Mask of Man and starts hitting the tier 2 tower.
Yeah.
Wrong button there, Skem.
That's a tip.
Wrong button, sir.
It happens still. Yeah, well-deserved tips, but Neon, 4K lead now. They've got the Aegis. They're happy. They're confident in Fnatic. Oh, I'm not sure, Mike. They need to really start stitching it together. They need a blink up on Moon. They just have to get this blink Doom off properly, because so far it's just not been enough. Like, they've not been able to get it work. You've got about 600 gold until that blink is up on Moon. Maybe by then you can find something, but you've got to disarm up in your Paj. You've got multiple ways to keep DJ in check, to keep Raven in check. This Desolator has not done enough yet for Raven. I mean, he's just been unable to stand and fight, which is what a Lifestealer wants. So a lot of issues there for Fnatic to have to sort out. The map is slowly shrinking, though. Tier 2 top as well being taken out here. I mean, Forev is still trying to split push, but the Beastmaster can only do so much when your entire team's kind of lagging behind like this.
Here we go. Neon, they're smoked up. They want to go onto the side of Fnatic, who have made it very obvious their bot lane. They do get play hard. Forev now is going to be chased down, but Skem doesn't have the Chrono and is losing mana to those new Necro creeps, but they got DJ and Forev surrounded. they're not playing as a team. There's not really much else to say. I don't know how much more I can sugarcoat this.
Nope. Yeah, it's a big mess. It's 21-6. It's a 6K lead. There's that blink now on Moon, so maybe you can infest blink Doom.
If they're together,
I don't know
John.
what target. Yeah, if they're together, and even then, I don't know what target you want to go for. Like, we've seen, if you Doom Skem, and you're alive on Januel, you just keep him alive. He's not going to die, regardless. If you're doing Yapaj, then you worry about the Chrono, you worry about the Void. If you're doing JG, you know, he doesn't mind because he's a Timbersaw. There's no easy targets anymore here.
Nope.
For Fnatic.
Dota Plus is at 94%, John. That's 23 minutes without a tier 3 tower down yet.
Yeah, it's not a good look. And Fnatic, you know, if they drop this mic, there's no hope. There's just no hope to climb up anymore. So they've got to bring in App here. They've got to play together now.
Well, if they lose, at least game 2 will just be a meme game, I guess, between these two. Scam just uncontested, hitting the tier 3 tower. They can't really do much about him. He does have the Chrono. They've got to find a way to initiate, but they're waiting on the Roar from Forev. 1 second, he's got it up now, but do they have the damage to burst Scam down within that Roar duration? Well, not with 3 heroes they don't. There's 2 heroes up around the top lane right now. They've accepted the fact that they're going to lose this bot Rax. I don't think Neon's intending on stopping.
No, they've got Aegis for a full minute. Just so many more objectives in Yapaj. Trying to find the back line.
They don't know what's going on. Neon are just taking buildings for free. Okay, I'll go mid now.
Yeah. Fnatic, they've got that blink. Like Moon needs to make a play. But he's split pushing now. Now he TP's in. So maybe.
Okay. Zephyr's about to die though. Zephyr's gone. Clumsy net. Yapaj gonna finish him off. Nice little bounty for him. Skem still has the Chrono. They've got to get that Doom off on this Void and hope that he dies through it. Moon, not finding the initiation yet. He's waiting it out. Raven now going to posture with Forev. They'll infest into the Beastmaster. They know how fast Skem has to die here. It has to be quick, and Januel cannot get the false promise off. They somehow need a way to deal with both of them, so they're going to jump in with the Doom now. Moon, he pops the BKB, but Januel gets the false promise off. So the Void going to make a run for it, but Forev does get the Roar. They might have the damage, but now Yapaj, he gets the Magnetize. Forev's going to go down, rolling back in. Raven going to try and man-fight, but Skem doesn't care. He'll man-fight back. And there's your Chrono. The game might just be over. GG's call. That unfortunately does mean Fnatic is out. It is unfortunate, for sure.
Yeah, it's been a rough run for Fnatic. It's been they were hit with those roster changes. They lost some key players at the start. They've been struggling to get this lineup to really kick off, and well, they haven't figured it out yet. So that's going to be the end for them. But we do still have a game in the series. Maybe they change it up. Maybe we see them shine once more. Again, it's not going to matter anymore. They needed to clean 2-0. So we'll see what happens, I guess, in game number 2.
We will. Should be a fun match at least between these two. It's MLP Dota and JohnXFire. We'll be back for game 2 in about 10 minutes. We'll see you then.